Forget about the bad things.
Yes.
We'll forget about them.
Lessons that 2021 has taught us.
Yes, those are the good
Yeah,
things.
and the first one is actually change should not be scary. You should not fear to change. You should not fear to evolve. If anything, embrace it. And don't look at what you stand to lose. Look at what you stand to gain. Anytime there is a change, don't focus on, oh, you know, we've been doing things like this. This is how our business model has always worked. This is how I've been running my family. This is how my finances have been coming in. No, that is in the past. Look at what new ways can you still be able to do things and do them even better. And for me, that is what 2021 presented. Looking at how business and commerce has been done now, you realize most of us have shifted on the digital means of even earning. The digital means of banking, saving, transacting. And that's just one facet of change that we've now all embraced. The work models have changed. We are now more comfortable with remote working. We are more comfortable with doing meetings both virtually, and if not virtually, we are doing now what we call hybrid kind of meetings and conferences where other people are joining virtually and others are on site. All these are changes that we have had to embrace in this 2021.
True.
Yes.
The only thing you're forgetting to tell me is how you evolved from 2020 to 2021.
A lot of changes happened, and if I'm to narrow it to the work modes, that's what I've shared now, how businesses are being done. Evolution has taken place. The kind of work, today many people do not consider that work needs to be done in an office. Today we are looking at what are the deliverables and how can we attain them, notwithstanding where you are working from. You could work from your house. You could work from even your car. And as long as you'll still deliver what is needed, that's it. And that's why we are saying one of the key reflections in 2021 is that change must be embraced and it should not be a scary thing.
Do you know most of the call centers have resolved to engaging staff work from home? Most of the call centers.
Most of them. And it's working pretty well for them. Because as long as...
Where you don't have to pay someone travel allowance.
You see?
You don't have to pay overtime.
You see?
You don't have to pay... What else?
Other utilities.
Lunch,
you know, all these utilities and that an organization will spend even on electricity cost and all that.
And because you are working from your home,
yes,
you shouldn't charge me more.
Of course, though depending with the arrangements, because at the end of the day we are looking at the efficiency. If I have been very efficient, it will not be wrong for you to give me a bonus. Considering now, because I'm not even having to deal with traffic snarl-ups, my efficiency will easily skyrocket. And that's why we are saying these changes are healthy and must embrace them.
Okay.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
Many people had put some resolutions.
Yes.
Or we forgot about the resolutions.
You know, it's a few days to the close of the year.
After 2020,
yes,
watu waliogopa kuweka resolutions.
Naweza nikasema hivi. Unajua muda mwingi when the year changes.
Mimi nakwambia after 2020,
yes,
ungeambia mtu mambo ya resolution.
The simple reason is there was uncertainty. And because there was uncertainty...
Wait. After 2019...
Yes.
Watu waliweka ma resolutions za aina gani?
Of course, kubwa. We got into 2020, of course, with a lot of fondness and optimism. Then, of course, when the pandemic happened, things were trashed.
And everybody was like, I had booked 100%, I had this, and 90%.
Yes, we were all caught pants down. Nobody knew the pandemic was coming. But saying
after
now going to 2021, as you're saying, many people feared having resolutions. But my point of resolution has always been this. Yes, when the year changes, it gives us motivation to want to have resolutions. But I always say, or this is my approach, work with goals, not necessarily resolutions, because when we will strike the clock on the 1st of 2022, what will have changed is the calendar.
The date.
The date.
Only.
Only.
Everything else
is the same. So if you will not be working
actually
towards...
only one digit will change.
Yes.
The 2.
The 2. 2022.
Yes,
the rest
is the same.
The same. So what normally changes, therefore, is your mindset that you take to the new year. When that changes, then you will embrace the changes that will come with the new year. And I always say, trash resolutions, put goals. And of course, we've always said, let your goals be both short-term, middle-term, and long-term. So that even as you go to the first day of 2022, you are still progressively moving towards those things that you've always wanted to attain. And you will attain them. But then you put resolutions, 5-point resolution, 10-point resolution. Then by February, you're not even seeing any of them coming. You trash them and you are tired. You said you will hit the gym, you'll eat healthy. I mean,
so let me use the hitting the gym.
Yes.
Can somebody put it as a resolution that I'll hit the gym?
I would say resolutions will just stress you. Put them as a goal. And you don't need a new year to put these things. You always need a change in your mind on an everyday basis. Today is a Sunday. You can still move towards attainment of your goal starting now. Immediately you change the mindset in your brain. That's where the change begins.
Tuachane na mambo ya resolution.
My philosophy.
Tuweke goals.
Goals. I work with goals. Yes, a new year is a time that gives us that freshness, it's a new year and I want to accomplish A, B, C, D. These are things that if you consistently put them in your goals as short-term, middle-term, and long-term, you work towards them. You don't need to start afresh. I'm very sure now, for many of us, as we are wrapping 2021, there are things we have not done that were in our bucket list. Move towards 2022 wanting to attain those ones. You don't need to create a new list. First crush what you had. And if you crushed all that you had, share new goals with yourself and move towards those goals. Wachana na mambo ya resolution bwana.
Ngoja nikusomee kitu.
Yes.
Sitting allowance for virtual meetings is still there. I received several times just by participating in meetings from comfort of my house. The only temptation is that you might not be in a position to follow the entire meeting, but you are still paid the full amount. Beatrice Kedogo amesema hiyo. Amepata ile umesema working from home.
Yes, and it's a beautiful thing.
So how do you receive sitting allowance sitting at home?
No, you see, you are seated at home working. And that's why I mentioned deliverables. If you are given deliverables and you are able to action them dependent with the turnaround time that you've been given, you are still liable for the sitting allowance. You are still liable for your
No, there's a small thing she says.
Yes.
The only temptation
is not to attend to what is supposed to be attended virtually to the end because of the distractions.
Wewe umeona hii video imekuwa kwa mitandao, somebody attending to, I think she serves as a customer care and then interruption inatokea. So call 155. Ndio kitu Madam Beatrice
anasema. What I can, my input towards that, because trust me, remote working is here to stay. Hybrid conferences are here to stay. Virtual meetings are here to stay. What is needed from everybody is discipline.
Discipline.
Period. That if it's a virtual meeting, I've attended AGMs which were done virtually. And the motivation was, of course, still the motivation for most of these virtual trainings is the per diem that even delegates are given. But we are saying With more discipline, more efficiency will be found and less distractions will be there. Remember, as we said, change should not be scary. And we are gradually moving towards that direction. Slowly but steadily.
Wow. Okay.
Slowly but steadily.
Tuko Bustani.
The home of pizza.
Home of pizza.
Yes.
Itakuja. Tuendelee nalo.
So what this is saying,
ladies and gentlemen, tuko Bustani na this is Word Cafe. Tuko live kwa Facebook na YouTube. YouTube page yetu naipata inaitwa Word Cafe by Fred Saisi. Facebook ni Word Cafe. Unaipata hiyo page. Unafuatilia mazungumzo, una like na una comment, una to wish Merry Christmas pia ama
kabisa. Na unapofanya hivyo unazidi kubarikiwa.
Okay.
Yes.
Fungua kanisa.
Lakini ni ukweli, at Word Cafe you listen, you learn and live. So we sharing good stuff.
So hii ni kanisa.
It's a personal development space.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very okay.
Yes.
So turuhusu Bustani wacheze kama wao.
Bustani! Boom! Wacha nitoe mask waweze kupata kuweka mapocho pale.
Alright.
Yes.
Lakini kwa vile umekuwa kwa long holiday nasikia pizza ni ya wageni ama?
Sasa sisi ndio wageni. Kwa hivyo sisi ndio wageni na sisi ndio tuko.
Very nice.
Delicious. I can feel the aroma.
Ngoja tuambiwe hii ni chicken tikka pizza. You buy one you get one free, kubwa kama vitu tu waoneshe bwana.
Ladies and gentlemen, sisi wa tubahatishi. The aroma is tantalizing, at Bustani Cafe. Chicken tikka pizza. We are about to divide.
Kila Jumapili, kila Tuesday.
Yes.
You buy one you get one free. Na any day ukija na useme nilipata hii umbea kwa Word Cafe. Wakisema you buy one you get one.
Yes.
Hata kama ni Friday watakupatia.
Wow. So just come and say Word Cafe recommended that you come and taste the pizza here. Any day of the week, not only Sunday. Unaongezwa wengine. Mara hii.
Utanunua moja,
unachapo wengine kubwa.
Kwa hivyo watu ndio wamekataa kuja.
Leta watu, leta ule mpendwa wako, leta watoto wako.
Wajua kusema mtoto sasa ni kitu kingine.
No, watoto.
Ndio hiyo.
Children.
Oh.
You know there's a difference of
between mtoto na babe.
Tusiende huko. Tuendelee Reflections 2021. Bustani Cafe, the place to be. Delicious meals, delicious pizza.
Unataka kunimaliza.
Ndio ukweli.
Fear for the unknown ilishika watu 2021.
True. 2020 na ikaingia mpaka
2020 hiyo the unknown iliwapata. Hakukuwa na fear.
Then 2021 now the fear of the unknown. Good. And it takes me to our second reflection on 2021.
Yes.
We are more resilient than we think.
As Kenyans kwanza.
Yes.
Unaona hata hii homa na shuku ndio ilipeleka wa China. But Kenyans ni nani?
That's why umeona watu wengi kweli wameshikwa na hii flu.
But wanatembea.
Tupo.
Wako kazini.
Tupo.
Lakini ako kazini.
Tupo.
Lakini anasafiri.
Hivyo mambo yanaenda. We are very resilient.
Lakini hii haimaanishi tulegeze kamba kwenye fight against the pandemic.
In fact, let's continue with the MOH, Ministry of Health guidelines on all matters COVID protocols, and we will overcome. Yes, we know the Omicron now variant is around, but as we've noted, we are moving to the tail end of this year. We've had a lot of challenges health-wise.
One thing I can assure you.
Yes.
Being a Kenyan, nafikiri ni advantage.
Gani? Kivipi?
Unaona hata hiyo wamesema
Omicron variant.
Hata ikaja gani? This is Kenya.
We'll still overcome it.
This land is Kenya.
This land is Kenya.
Yes. Tuongelele resilience.
Resilience. We are really very resilient. Kwa sababu looking at the people we've interacted with, even ourselves, we've undergone a lot of issues that cuts across health, that cuts across business, that cuts across families, but we are still standing. What does that show? Even when we are scared, we are still resilient and we are overcomers. And this is a trait that we need to move to 2022 with, knowing that we have in us a nerve that can enable us withstand even the heaviest of storms and come out strong. The
watu hawakuwa na pesa lakini bado mwaka ndo unaisha na
bills watu wamekuwa wanaendelea kulipa. As believers we can say the grace of God has been sufficient, but even on the flip side, we've seen new businesses sprouting up. We've seen new successes coming in, albeit in a period where things were really messy. Let me speak from a perspective of my industry. Severally, when the CS Health banned all trainings, we didn't know how we were going to move. And this affected training consultants, DJs, club owners.
Unajua Zoom inakaaje?
Yes.
Mtu mkubwa.
And wewe ulikuwa unajua Zoom before 2019.
Mtu tu mkubwa.
But si tulijua sasa. Na tuka embrace. But what are we saying? Many industries, cutting from hospitality to training consultants, events organizers, they are all interrupted. But we have been able to stand, we have weathered the storm. Even as the goalposts keep shifting, we shift as well. Meaning, our resilience is good.
That and is kudos. How you know a Kenyan.
Yes. And kudos to all of us. Yeah. Kudos to you as well.
Ukifikiria
kudos to our crew.
Ukifikiria reli.
Oh, you wanted the
wait. Ukifikiria reli inafika tu Naivasha, unakuta kuna ingine inafika Kisumu.
Hata kama inachelewa inafika.
All right. Ilikuwa ni kama commercial break.
Hiyo ni commercial break kabisa.
Commercial break kadogo.
Kadogo lazima sana. Tulipe bills, Bustan Cafe, our big up, you know guys. Ensure you come and embrace this beautiful restaurant. Yes.
All right. Okay. Sawa. Kuhusu train ambayo utafika kesho. Yaani ukitoka asubuhi unafika kesho.
Yes.
Na bado umekaa hapo.
Yes.
Ni uzalendo ama ni shida tu imenifanya?
Let me give my perspective on the train, the Kisumu train.
But iko comfortable kuliko hii ya Mombasa.
I've not used it, so I might not speak from a first person experience. But let me speak on the length of time it takes and the price. First of all, the price is really fair for the many Kenyans who might not afford higher prices. The speed is an issue of who wants to use it. If you want faster means of transport, they are available at a cost. So, for me, my only problem with this whole train is taking us back to
1901
decades.
Yeah,
you know, it's 2021. We are talking of super bullet trains, and now giving us a locomotive train that really moves at a snail pace. Honestly, it is a little bit disturbing. But on the flip side, there are people who still need it. And for the first time, I'm told in Nairobi, there was decongestion on the shuttles and the matatus taking people up country, courtesy of the train. So, depending with how you look at it,
Kenya Railway wanafanya kazi nzuri tena sana.
Yes.
Japo 12 hours ni nyingi.
Ni nyingi kusema ukweli.
Kwa 300 kilometers.
Ni nyingi.
So which means hii kitu inaenda kilomita ngapi speed?
I don't even want to count. I think the perfect analogy was done where somebody compared some of the trains moving in other cities in the world and our train.
Do you know
and
Elon
captioned it with a song, Tufike Salama. And you could just see the dragging itself. But ilifika. Tuachie serikali
Unajua
hiyo
kuna
ni
train
changamoto.
zinaenda 390 kilometers per hour.
Of course.
But this is 350 kilometers per 12 hours. Ama per day, okay.
Ndiposa
Okay, now hii yetu ni 350 kilometers per day.
Ndiposa tumesema Kenyans are resilient than they think.
Okay,
for you to be able to sit for such long hours, for us to continue embracing the various circumstances in this country. You remember when prices were hiked on almost every commodity? But here we are. We are still able to feed ourselves. Despite all this, higher electricity cost, higher gas cost.
Lakini unafikiria
higher
hii kitu
petroleum
itakuwa na
cost.
impact gani kwa wale wanafanya transport the western circuit?
The rail. The rail, of course, there are people who are very happy with it. It's decongesting the roads as it were, and it's way affordable. Even the impact has already been felt festive season because ule msukumano tunaona watu wanaingilia kwa madirisha haijakuwepo around hii kwa sababu wengi walitumia train kwenda Kisumu.
Okay.
Yes. So what I know, and that's why we are having this conversation, we are challenging the government to bring standard gauge trains on that rail. And that is why we are having this conversation.
Kama ya Nairobi Mombasa ni 4 hours,
yes.
Basi ile ya Kisumu inaweza kuwa 2 ama 3.
It could be less. I'm an optimism, and I believe the government is listening to the feedback. Maybe they will say they just wanted to initiate those trips to Kisumu, and probably plans will be underway to bring modern trains. Yeah, Nanyuki inakuja. Yes, modern trains. Ipo tayari imeanza kazi.
Huwa iko shilingi 200.
Inachukua muda gani?
Hawajasema. Hii ya Kisumu ndio walisema sana.
Good. So let us maintain our resilience. But even as we are maintaining our resilience, moving into 2022, which is going to be a political year, let us choose leaders who will not take us back 30 years. Let's choose leaders who will take us 20 years ahead.
Madam Beatrice says,
yes,
the speed of that train is 29 kilometers
oh my
per
goodness.
hour.
You can easily cycle and reach Kisumu before it. Anyway, let us choose wisely come 2022 on all leaders who will be geared towards developmental agenda, and they will not take advantage of our resilience.
Does it mean hii 2022 ambayo una insist unasimama kitu mali?
I am an activist.
Hello, I didn't know. I only know you as a trainer.
Yes, a trainer. As a trainer,
you train activists.
No, I don't train activism.
You are an activist.
But I champion for good things, and that's why I'm saying.
Should they meet you at the ballot box?
They should not be surprised as well. Yes, I'll be declaring my interest later on when the campaign period has been opened. You see, right now there are people who are politicking, and it's not in the political period. It's not.
That is how you know we are Kenyans.
It's wrong. It's wrong. But what we are saying is, as much as we are resilient, it should not be used against us. We should demand for timely services. We should demand for good provision of what we are entitled to. Remember, we are one of the countries where people are heavily taxed. Okay. But then, on matters personal development, I want to encourage all our viewers that let us use our resilience for better. To enhance our commerce, to enhance our trade, to enhance the progressive realization of our highest ideals. And that's a key reflection from the year 2021. We've seen friends, family who have lost their beloved ones, but they're still standing. and many who are unwell who rose up and sprang back to life. Those who are declared redundant, opening up new businesses and churning new ways of livelihoods. We saw how people can get creative in creating employment opportunities. All this is the Kenyan spirit that proves we are more resilient than we think. Despite the hard economic times, we have soldiered on. In fact, we have thrived. And that is why the other day the president happily was talking of a GDP that has improved. Of course, GDP will just remain a big word in economics, but as a normal mwananchi, you want to feel that there's money in your pocket, that you can pay your bills, you can do your projects, and add value to society. So guys, let us take that resilience into 2022 and use it to get better.
The key word is resilience.
Yes. In fact, I was happy to have moderated a conference where the theme was realignment and resilience, R&R.
So, notice Mesh.
The third reflection, and this is very personal to me, and I believe to many, you need a safe home. As simple as it sounds.
It is not simple.
We all need safe homes.
It sounds simple, yes, but it's not simple.
It sounds simple though, but it carries the entire weight.
It sounds simple, but it's not simple.
And the reason why I'm having this as a reflection is this. Many of us have found ourselves literally working and operating from home. And we all know very well, if your home is not a safe haven, your productivity is not going to be there. I've listened to Word Cafe, and I think there's a day you hosted Pastor Jose Olupapa, and you were talking about some of the occurrences in regard to mental depressions, killings, homicides, suicides that have been happening. And all of them can be controlled when the home is safe. That's why my third reflection is, let us not take for granted a safe home, a peaceful home, a warm home, a home where there is understanding, because that's your peace haven.
Shika uzito.
That's your peace haven.
Kama kuna kitu institutions zinatakana ku work on,
yes,
ni hiyo safe home.
Yes.
2022 safe home.
Exactly. In fact, what we are doing,
kama ni jana ni juzi, a soldier ameenda kule kijijini akakuta shamba yake sijui imefanyika aje. Hiyo ni safe home tunaongelelea.
Yes.
Una imagine soldier ambaye ako na gun against villagers ambao hawana kitu.
Si hata washoot tu.
Aliua wawili.
Na leo nimeona kwa highlights za saa 7, another soldier killed the boss, and now he's at large.
So we need a safe
homes.
A safe home. A safe home.
Yes.
A safe home. Kwa sababu ita translate to a safe working place.
It will translate to it will start by
safe home.
A safe home will produce safe children.
Safe schools.
And these safe children will go to schools, and they will ensure they are safe in school because they have seen maadili.
Kutoka nyumbani.
We've seen more than 40 something schools burning in the last quarter of the year.
Hapo kwa shule nikuulize labda, what do you think? You've been a teacher.
I'm coming there.
No, kabla uje ukiwa mzima.
Sawa.
The CS, both security na education anasema kiboko kirudi. Okay, let's begin from home.
When I had a whole CS talking of bringing the cane, something that was banned in 2001, I was very much disturbed. He was acting like an irrational person who does not epitomize the fact that he headed the University of Nairobi as a vice chancellor for years, 10 years. And now he says you bring back the kiboko. That was so archaic. There are alternative ways of disciplining our boys and girls.
I saw when the schools were opening after the pandemic,
Yes.
a certain school, watoto kufungua tu,
Yes.
watoto walienda kupiga mwalimu na misumari. I don't know.
Let's go back to the third reflection of a safe home. In a safe home, kids will be trained to be morally upright. Kids will be given the fear of God. Kids will be given morals that then they will uphold in school, and they will not think of
Mtoto
banning
atakuwa
schools.
akiona mzazi anamuita mzazi.
Exactly. They will respect their teachers. They will respect their peers. Such a child can never think of buying petrol and burning school. Such a child can never think of harming the teacher. It all starts from home. So having a safe home, it translates to good
You know what?
kids, it translates to good spouses, good brothers, good sisters, and it translates to a healthy society and a healthy nation.
Sometimes back my daughter came and said, Daddy,
Yes.
tununulia teacher wangu zawadi.
Okay. Teacher amefanya kazi mzuri.
Na aka insist.
Yes.
Na nikanunua
Good.
ikaenda.
You did the right thing, man. Did the right thing.
Tofauti ya huyo mwalimu na huyu anaenda kupigwa misumari ni nini?
Ndio wanafunzi waamue kupiga mwalimu misumari,
No,
inamaanisha iko shida
The
mahali.
CS wants to bring kiboko shuleni. Mimi naona ana introduce sasa ni vita tu.
You know,
But anajua mwalimu atakuja na kiboko naye anajihami tu.
the cane had its parts at some point in our upbringing, and even the good books tells us, spare the rod and spoil the child. And that's why we are saying the cane can be used at home selectively. Once it is used at home well, it will not need to be used in school, because our boys and girls will have already gotten an inculcation of morals. And the work of the teacher will then be very easy as a facilitator, and the entire society will be better. So CS, you need to come out of that cocoon and be more creative on ways of ensuring that discipline is upheld on the children. But I want to challenge all the parents that let us honestly have this conversation of creating safe homes where ideals will be given, where children will be taught how to pray, children will be taught how to be good citizens, and we will not struggle. And this is now a challenge to all of us as adults. Why? As adults, our children copy what we are doing. If we are reigning and doing things using violence, they'll copy the same. So let us ensure that the safe space, and that's why I'm calling it a safe space, as the home, will endear us to a better society. And that is one of the key reflections that 2021 has taught us. Let us create safe homes. Once we have safe homes, we will not even have murders. We will not have suicides. We will not have elements of people wanting to do dubious behaviors. Children wanting to do dubious behaviors. And it will translate to a healthy society.
All right.
So safe homes are very, very essential in ensuring that we have a better society. And I want to insist, a better society can only come from a safe home.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first thing we need to do in 2022 is you would have begun by a safe home. Resilience will come. It is always there with Kenya. Once a Kenyan, always a Kenyan.
Kenyan.
Resilience is there.
Will still be there.
Wewe hukuishi wakati wa Kenya basi, wakati imelala hivi watu wamehang, lakini itaenda.
Itaenda. Nakumbuka ma KBS.
I think a safe home.
Yeah. It's the oasis of ideals in society.
We need a safe home.
Yes.
Maybe what would be your 2 cents on how do we achieve this?
This goes to parents. Where parents need to agree that we are making this home a safe haven. That's the first thing. Once parents agree, they will then have rules and regulations for the home. Then the same will be infused to the children. And the children will be able to see how the adults in the home are behaving. And the
Harrison Ida, ngoja tusome
comments zaja.
Good. Anasema ndani ya Word Cafe, yani yeye yuko ndani ya Word Cafe, vijana wachapwe Spare the rod, spoil the child. Ambia kiongozi.
Yes.
These are African kids, ngozi ya mamba.
No, we cannot go with this African
sijamaliza.
mentality.
Lazima tu respect maoni ya Ida.
Na respect.
Anasema these are African kids, ngozi ya mamba. I think Ken will restore sanity. Cause baada ya kumalizana na shule,
yes,
watachoma nyumba zetu boss.
Nani ametoa hiyo comment? Aida Harrison, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in. Yes, what I'll say is, let's remove the notion that our kids are hard and that they can only respond to the rod. Remember I said the rod can be used at home. My only argument was, let us not say it ileto pale school, yapana. In creating the safe home, discipline will be administered at that home. And I even said it can be used selectively at home if need be. Wewe ndio unatengeza mwanao pale. Ukiona anahitaji kidogo imlainishe, tumia. And that's why we've said the safe home will ensure that there is character development of these boys and girls. And it starts with the parents as well, because even the parents are losing it. So once the safe home has been created, the same will be transcended to our schools.
Okay.
So Ida, I'm with you on that, but acting as a whole blanket and saying that it's the only thing that needs to come back in our schools, that is what I'm not agreeing with. Because we have alternatives of instilling discipline in the boys and girls.
Safe home.
Safe home. Itatengeza kila kitu. Today I attended a service where in my faith we have a group called PMC, Pontifical Missionary Children, and we had another group called Wana Maria, and they were being received in the church, and it was very interesting because this is a group where they are formed with particular ideals, and once these ideas have been given to them, they grow with them even into their teenagehood and even into their young adult, and they'll want to stand out and do good things. And it can only be done if the family aligns itself and that particular child to get into such faith-based societies to help them in nurturing good morals.
Okay.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So a safe home plays a very critical role in every other.
Tumefika tatu tu.
Tuko kwa tatu. So bado tuna muda.
Zilikuwa 10.
Ziko 10. Twende kwa ya 4.
Ruka paka ya 5. Okay.
The other thing I will say 2021 has taught us is we can live with less. We can live with less.
Less kwa mfuko.
Yes. No, not kwa vitu vingi tu. We realize that you know, there was a time people are living in excesses. But the times that we are in as taught us, we can manage less and still be comfortable. So adopting the element of being able to live with less is something that for me has come out very strongly in this year. And when you're operating with less, it doesn't mean that you're not going to enjoy your life or anything. You only need to know what matters. And trust me, senior, the things that matter to us are very few. Many other things watu ni kelele. For example, how many homes do you need to have for you to live comfortably?
1.
You can only live in one home at a time. How many beds do you need? How many pairs of shoes do you need? How many suits or clothing do you need?
Okay. Hapo.
It's called minimalistic approach in life. And most of us have realized we can operate with less and still be fulfilled. Okay. Having excesses around us is a baggage.
Number 4.
Yes.
Tufanyaje?
I must say this, which is another critical take home for 2021. Health is our greatest wealth. If time will not allow, I will end at that. Health is our greatest.
Number 5.
Yes.
Number 4 umesema?
We've learned to live with less. We've actually already, most of us have learned to live with less. Whereas you would have spent, say, 10,000 within a week, Today you might just spend 2,000, depending with how you've shaped your life. Or even less than that. Maybe you used to buy fish for every member of the household. Now you might buy half of that amount na watu wa share
Na
nusu
ujaze
nusu.
maji.
Hata si maji, inapikwa tu vizuri lakini mnakata katikati, watu wanafurahia. The minimalistic approach is very dependent on individual people and individual families. Kwa sababu gani? Unaweza kula pizza kama hii yote peke yako, ama unaweza amua mkule watu 4.
Ama uamue utumie hiyo pizza kama mboga wakuletee simu.
Inaruhusiwa vile vile. So you choosing the less will be dependent on you and how you want to live around. But the reality is we've all learned to live with less. When the pandemic happened, there were no travels. People held on to what they had. And life continued. So adopting the minimalistic approach will even take away corruption out of this country. Because you'll realize...
Kuna kama yule government official ambaye alipatikana na 48 houses. Sijui how many luxury cars.
12. Yule jamali where all these things were frozen. Na mshahara wako ni 200,000. How are you able to afford all those things? For what gain? And talking of minimalistic living.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's the value you bring to your people that will live as a legacy. Your 48 houses, once you are 6 feet under, who will even talk about them? Who talks about the late total man we want today? Who?
Hiyo ya 5 ambayo ulisema ya good health.
Yes.
Na iheshimu sana.
Yes.
Health is everything.
Look at all these flus, the various variants of the COVID. So again, ensuring that we take good care of our health. We've seen now most people have adopted into taking concoctions, lemon water, and just being keen, sanitizing, constantly washing our hands, and doctor's visitations whenever we have symptoms of any ailments. All these things have contributed to us living a more cleaner, healthier life. And everybody is now keen to ensure that they are taking good care of them. And truth be told, you cannot do anything when you are sick. So, most of us have now prioritized health. And even going into 2022, this is a priority that is not going to change. Because indeed, health is wealth. And if you'll allow me just to connect it with the health is wealth,
Yes.
be kind. And I want to emphasize, as the 6th take-home, kindness can never be overrated. Treat people well. You don't know what people are struggling with. So a word of kindness to somebody goes a long way. Because in 2021, and even as we will proceed to 2020, people are fighting things you will never know. So when you are just kind to people, irregardless, in the petrol station, in a restaurant, in a cafe like this, at the kinyozi place, at the juice parlor, at the railway station, at the airport, wherever you are, in school, be kind. Because people are fighting so very much. And in that kindness, you will be contributing to one thing that is also a take-home, that self-care isn't being selfish. When you are taking care of yourself. So self-care is not selfishness. That will be my 7th take-home.
Ladies and
You have to
gentlemen,
take care of yourself. Why? If you take care of yourself, then even your mental wellness will be in check. So don't feel like you are doing a wrong thing when you take some 30 minutes in a day to meditate and to have some self-talk. You are taking care of yourself. Remember, you cannot take care of others when you are not okay. You cannot give what you don't have.
Absolutely.
So prioritize self-care, ladies and gentlemen. Prioritize self-care. When you've taken care of yourself, you can help others. So let us enhance self-care. And that will be my 7th reflection on 2021. Should we add the 3 more?
Hii ni Word Cafe we can add.
Yes.
Remember, we live on Facebook, Word Cafe page, tuko YouTube, Award Cafe by Fred Saisi. Remember to subscribe. Na ugote huyu jamaa anaitwa VTT the Trainer. Vincent the Trainer.
Vincent the Trainer.
Pia yanapatikana YouTube.
YouTube, Vincent Ochembo is my official channel.
Okay.
You can subscribe, please. Tunataka subscribers.
Hapa ni Bustan, home of pizza.
Yes.
You buy one, you get one free, especially on Sundays and Tuesdays.
This is what we're talking about. Yeah. Let's continue.
Ushasema.
Shamaliza.
Wakishaona sasa mimi nani leta Kierere.
Ongezea.
As we finish, nilikuwa nataka, what are your thoughts kwa hii mambo ya kuna wasichana wametumiwa pesa $1 million na
the boyfriend.
Yeah. Na ikazoelewa
the Bitcoin millionaire.
2021. Ni 2021. What do you think?
For me, I will look at it this way. You see, if this money is legit.
Kabla ya hapo nyuki zilikuwa zimepiga jamaa wa KRA pale koja while you were away.
Jamaa wa nyuki.
Why jamaa wa KRA? Paka wanafikiria kubadilisha jina ya KRA. Sijui itaitwa nini.
Nyuki, I think bees have become a weapon of mass destruction in this country. We've seen even watu ambao wanatumia nguvu za giza wakirushia wezi, wanarushiwa nyuki. Of course, people are saying sio jamaa aliumwa na nyuki mpaka zikamua kwa gari.
Kwa jamaa wa KRA walisema
ambazo zilimdunga pia kwa gari. Nyuki ndio zilitumwa. Of course, guys were saying pengine alicheza na mtu ambaye haikufaa acheze naye. Na akaenda
tu huyo mtu alifuata.
Hatuwezi kujua. Some details were never divulged to us. But those who are using this black magic, please stop. Don't send wasps and bees to.
Okay, hao wasichana wafanyaje? Wapewe pesa, wasipewe?
What?
Ni hard times. We are Kenyans.
What I'll say is, let the person who sent the money be investigated. If the money is legitimately coming from the Bitcoin trader, why not? Yeah, ni girlfriend wake apewe hiyo pesa. Boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm a sponsor.
Amemtumia hela.
Amesupport.
Amemsupport yule ni mpenzi wake. Apewe pesa yake kama the Bitcoin guy. If it's not money laundering for me, and KRA and the government has means to check and trace that this money is legit. So if this guy has not stolen from anybody, this guy has not done wash on this money, let them be allowed to use their money. And that is why one of the take-homes again in 2021, the 8th one is get a support group.
Supporter.
Yes, support group.
Ndio hiyo tu.
Because huyo boyfriend ni support group ya huyo girlfriend. Alafu sasa serikali inakuja, mna freeze accounts. Kama sio pesa ambao ni ya kusafishwa, aachiliwe accounts, access pesa zake. And on retrospect, on personal development, we all need people to support us. And once you get the right tribe, and here I'm not talking of
tribe
tribes.
Supporter.
Yes, just get a tribe. These tribe are the people who care for you for who you are, genuinely. Underline, genuinely. If you'll get even 2, 3, 4 supporters, you are lucky.
The 6 strong men who stand with you when you are still alive, not the 6 men who
carry your coffin. Yeah. We want people to carry you when you're alive. That is your tribe. That is your support group.
So,
and in life, you will always progress with the relations that are very close to you, because you are a sum total of the people you surround yourself with.
Tumalize tu show.
Tunamalizia hapo. Get a support group.
Leo mimi nakuachia kila kitu.
Get a support group, guys.
9 lakini.
Get a support group.
Umefika 9.
Tuko 9 ama 8?
Yaani nasema kuna kakitu umebakisha.
Kitu ambao nimebakisha ni kuemphasize tu kwa support group. 2021 has taught me, it has brought me some great people in my life, people who I really cherish.
Yes.
And history has taught us that when you have the right people around you, you can only get better. If you surround yourself with 3 millionaires, you'll be the 4th millionaire. If you surround yourself with 4 hoodlums, you'll be the 5th one. So of course you don't want to be a hoodlum. You know?
Kwa Kiswahili huyo ni
bonoko. Mtu bonoko.
Ukikaa na bonoko ina wewe ni watano.
Automatically they'll influence you. Na ukikaa na watu wa 5,
yaani watu wakikuona wanasema tumeona bonoko 5
zikipita.
Ukiwa mmoja yao.
Yes. Lakini ukiwa na umezingirwa na tuseme wafanyabiashara wanaofanya vizuri watatu, utakuwa 4 bila shaka. Watakuingiza na wakupatie biashara hapa pale.
Hata kutembea nao tu.
Ndio katika kule kutembea nao na wewe kwani hizi chuma huwezi kusupply? Naweza. Sina mtaji. Pesa ngapi wataka bana? Sawa. Nenda katika ile hardware, chukua supply, tenda ni yako.
Support group.
Support group genuine
Support group.
Yes. Especially as we are even moving to 2022, we really need people who can continue supporting us as we you know, it's a mutual thing. Your support group is a mutual thing, you know. Mnasonga wote. And it's a beautiful thing because it's this same tribe that you can get to and vent, you know, and cry if need be, and seek advice without fear of being judged. And they will listen to you and they will support you. And you will support them in retrospect.
It was nice hosting you, Papa.
I'd miss this and I'm happy that we shared.
May God keep you safe, healthy. See you in the other side of the year, by the way.
This is the last Sunday of 2021. So guys, always a blessing. May good tidings prevail in 2022. May God's blessings abound. Remember, you are more resilient than you think, and you are destined for success. But also remember that you are in charge. Don't wait for anybody to come and take you to greatness. Take yourself, because you already have the seeds that you need. And moving into the new year, take charge and let God's grace abound. Remove all the excuses and let's meet on the other side of success. Yours truly, Vincent the Trainer. Peace. Adios, muchachos. Thank you, Word Cafe. I'm honored.
Adios, Wanan.
Muchachos.
May God keep you safe.
The crew is laughing. Bye-bye.
Adios.